Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is officially my first YouTube video ever. So, wagwan my people. So anyways, I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a very long time, but I guess I keep procrastinating and always too busy, putting it off, blah 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 blah. But anyways, a few nights ago I was in my bed and I said, you know what? Why not? My kids cannot go to school. I cannot go to work. So I was like, you know what? Perfect timing. So I started to do my little research. I made a channel. It's not professionally done by any way, shape, or form. But I said, you know what? Somebody out there can learn something from my channel. So please don't cut my throat. Don't kill me. Don't judge me. I basically wanted to talk about the COVID-19 virus that is taking over the entire world. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nicola. I was born in Jamaica, but I've lived in the States for a very long time. But while in the States, I got married, had my children, and I've been married to an active duty service member for 10 years this April coming. So home was Fort Lauderdale for us. And, active duty took my husband to California. So we moved to California. We were there for like 4 years. And then we got orders to go to Japan. So we've been here in Japan now for a little over a year. And we're scheduled to be here for 3 years. Could be more. But anyways, so I like to travel basically. So when I found out that I was moving to Japan, it felt like an adventure for me and my family. Since I've been here, I've visited the Philippines so far, and I definitely want to go to, several other countries in this part of the region before we head back to the States. So I have 2 boys. One is 9, one is 3. So we live in Yokosuka, Japan at the moment. But life happens. So while we're here, this COVID virus decided to stop by and grace us with its presence, and it's just a very unfortunate thing to be happening at this time, overall the world basically. But what can we do? What can anyone do? So I said, you know what, since I'm here, and for the most part since Friday, today is actually the 31st, so since last Friday we have been quarantined on the main base, Seife base in Yokosuka, Japan. So I've just been home. My 9-year-old is not able to go to school because we live on the military base, and his elementary school is shut down. A few other places on the base is shut down, but for the most part he has to stay home and he has to be doing virtual learning. So it's been very tough, I think, for me mentally, because they're always in the house, you cannot really go out and stuff like that. And I want to do another video another day about some of the places that are open and on the main base, and how you can, or military spouses or just families in general who live on the base are accessing those places. So if I should compare what is happening in Japan now, let's say against the United States is way, 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 way more, you know, terrible, quote unquote, or people are having a really hard time as against Japan, in terms of like the amount of cases that have been detected, diagnosed, and the amounts of deaths. So, that sort of a thing. But I think this is a good time for me to just, talk about what is happening on the main base here in Yokosuka, as I said before, and just in and around Japan. And I also want to take you guys with me in and around this area. And, I love to travel. I do lots of traveling. So I'm like, why not? Let me share my experience while I'm here, and even when I go back home. So this channel basically is a little bit of everything, as I mentioned in my channel, on my channel. A little bit of cooking. I really love to cook, so I can give you tips. I'm not a chef, but I love to cook, so I can give a lot of tips that I learned growing up, what works for me, what doesn't work. And I think one of the hardest thing living here in Japan is trying new foods. I like to go to places and experience their dishes, but I seem to stick to chicken, fish most of the time. So in Japan, there are lots and lots and lots of seafoods, but being, of Jamaican culture, it's a little bit different. For example, sushi. I didn't grow up eating sushi, so even to this day, even though I've been here for over a year, I cannot try sushi because it's just not my thing. My fish has to be cooked. So I think one of the days I want to go out in the town, maybe when things get a little bit more settled and places are opened up. I want to go out and maybe buy something new and try to cook it and try to taste it. So that should be fun. I will also introduce it to my kids, introduce it to my entire family. Get them to vocalize myths or their likes, dislikes about living here in Japan and on the main base. So, welcome, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching this video. Share this video. Tell a friend that Jam Girl Smith has arrived, okay? So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.